If you want to learn something about God, shut your mouth and listen to me for a minute.
Many children healed. We've seen midgets grow. We've seen arms and legs that stop growing because the growth cells had stopped. Manda da basata. I don't make this stuff up.
Behold the atheist's nightmare.
That's the power of the Holy Ghost!
Why do they teach every other theory in science except creation?
Warlocks are enemies of God.
No one's ever going to convince me that the Word of God is not true.
You know, if you put Jesus Christ first, that he'll look after all your bills.
And so the devil said, okay, it's a deal.
And if you want to tell me how to live my life, it better line up with the Word of God or shut your mouth.
I'm loaded. I'm pregnant with miracles.
What do you believe?
Send us the cash.
Welcome to the Bible Dumb Podcast. This is the podcast where two atheists read the Bible aloud from Genesis to Revelations. I am Davey Hell.
I am Jesse Hell.
And we're happy that you decided to join us again. And as always, special thanks to Terry Lynn Bradford.
Thank you, Terry Lynn.
Executive producer. So it's been a while since we've recorded. We did all of the creation myth. We read Adam and Eve all the way up through the snake and leaving Eden. Do you remember all of that?
Yeah, I remember it. It was
good.
Shorter than it was good. It was a lot shorter than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it was good. Lots of whales. Snake has to eat dirt. No legs for the snake. Snake was right.
Yeah, the snake was right.
Snake was right. They didn't die. Talked about that. Flaming sword spinning all around. Can't go back.
And they went east of Eden?
Well,
west of Eden?
That's a good segue because today we actually get to go into one I've been really excited about because it's all over pop culture. It's a story that has been retold in one of my favorite books of all time, East of Eden, by one of my favorite authors of all time, John Steinbeck, which starts to make sense because we discovered that Eden is east.
Yeah.
So East of Eden, I don't know. I thought he sent the Adam and Eve west, but I guess we'll maybe find out. But yeah, so I have been kind of excited to hear about this one.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wait, which one is this one?
Oh, Cain and Abel.
Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could tell you a couple things, but that would be spoilers, so I'm going to hold it in. We talked about a little bit what you already knew about Cain and Abel, which was the basics, basically what I knew.
Did I? I didn't. At first, I think I thought they were the giant little.
Giant and little boy.
Little boy, and then I realized, oh no. And then I think did I remember that they were brothers?
Yeah.
I think I got to there eventually.
Yeah, so I think we're ready to go. You want to just jump right in?
Yeah, I am. I'm excited about this one. I feel like there may be some books I've read that touch on this story, and I didn't realize it.
Yeah. I wish I remembered more about East of Eden. Maybe we can talk about some like popular culture later.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is chapter 3. So it's still early. It's still pretty early. And I don't know.
I feel like we've hit all the parts that everybody always talks about.
Yeah, not a lot has happened. But at the same time, the entire universe was created.
Yeah.
But, all right. Chapter 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. Oh wait, we already read this part. We already did chapter 3. This is chapter 4.
Okay.
All right.
Chapter 4.
Scratch that. Cut that. Shout out to the Always Sunny podcast. All right. We stole your cut that. All right. Chapter 4.
Chapter 4.
And Adam knew Eve, his wife. Huh? That's about as racy as the Bible gets, I think. Did you catch
Oh,
that?
because they knew each
Yeah,
other.
knew each other. Did you know that?
I think I finally figured that out not too long ago, actually.
Yeah. So like they knew each other intimately.
Knew each other biblically.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That makes sense. All right. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. So Cain,
Okay.
son of Adam and Eve.
Okay.
All right. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth.
Wait. Cain was the gardener, right?
Yeah.
Abel's the rancher.
Yeah. Yeah, Abel had sheep, Cain tilled the earth. They
So
both brought
God
God some
doesn't
presents.
like his vegetables.
Doesn't like them.
All right.
He doth not show respect to the fruit that
Whoa.
Cain brought, but he did show
Why?
respect to, I don't know.
All right.
Um,
It was so vegan positive in the beginning.
I
And
don't
then,
know. I sure
okay.
turn the.
Is he
turn
not
the
eating it?
page
Is
there.
that's what they're saying? He doesn't like it? He doesn't eat He's not eating it?
I don't know.
Or
It
he
doesn't
just
say
doesn't
anything
like
about
it.
him eating it.
Okay.
He just
I
said
guess
he
that's where
didn't
I went,
respect
'cause I'm
it.
hungry. Okay.
No respect. No respect. All right. So, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. Aw. He got sad. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. I don't know. Okay, I gotta read this
What?
whole part
Yeah.
over again. I don't
Wait,
even
he's
think
talking to Cain, right? God's talking to Cain?
God's talking to Cain.
All right.
I think I mispronounced like every word.
Take two.
Take two. We're rusty. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
What does that mean? What does that part mean?
Okay, so break it down time.
So the first part's pretty. You do bad, you'll.
If you do well,
If you do well,
you'll be accepted.
Yeah.
And if you don't do well, sin lieth at your door.
okay, that's pretty easy to understand. What's the next part?
And unto thee shall be his desire. So I guess unto sin. So he'll desire sin, and sin shall rule over him. This
Okay.
is a lot of guilt for a couple like carrots and apples or whatever the hell he brought.
Yeah.
You brought me vegetables?
Maybe they were like the imperfect foods.
Was that a sin though? Like, what did he do? Like, he just brought him a gift, and he's like, this fucking sucks.
This apple has a bruise on it.
Yeah. Come on, Cain. I'm
Got
not gonna eat this
worms
shit.
in your apple.
I think he's like, God's being a little entitled here.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like, he's got to eat his vegetables, and he's like cursing him for all time. It's like, oh yeah, well, you're just suck, and you love to suck, and you're gonna suck forever, and suck shall be your, shall rule over you.
Oh my gosh.
And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him.
Oh, he's jealous.
Yeah, he's pissed.
Yeah.
It's like, God said I suck. Fuck you,
And
Abel.
You're the golden boy.
Yeah.
But Cain's older, right?
Yeah, Cain was the
Okay.
firstborn. Abel was next.
He's like, the good child.
Yeah, golden son. So he just straight up murks him. Doesn't say how.
Wait, what did he do?
Killed him.
He did?
Yeah,
Already?
he slew him, yeah. He rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him.
Oh, wow. Okay, I thought he was just gonna go yell at him and stuff, you know?
I thought I was going to say how he did it. Like, I always thought he, like, hit him in the head with a rock.
I don't know.
First murder.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, first
Yeah,
murder.
First murder. Boom.
And more murders.
Yeah, there'll be more. There'll be lots more murders. There's this scene in Clockwork Orange where, spoilers, I know you probably started reading this one. Alex, the main character, he's in jail, and he only like reads the Bible because he loves all the murder and violence in it.
Okay.
Good book. Okay. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear.
What?
So,
This is just like. What did he even give it? It's just is all going so fast.
yeah, it's
This
happening
is like-
fast.
This is like books and books, whole books, chapters of books that cover the story. And he's doing it in one paragraph?
Yeah, it's like every sentence, it's like, Cain did this, God said, fuck you. Abel did this, God said, hey, pretty cool, dude. Cain murders Abel.
God's like, shame on you. And
Well, we're skipping right over the best part where God's like, Cain,
where's Abel?
where's Abel?
Where's my best friend?
Yeah, we were gonna hang out. We had a play date. Have you seen him? And then like Cain's terrible liar. This is horrible.
How did
This is
God
like,
figure it
I
out?"
don't know. I don't know where he is.
Is Abel just laying on the ground dead, head bleeding out?
I think he said,
That's what it sounded like.
well, no, he says, I don't know where he is. Am I my brother's keeper? And God said, what hast thou done? Like he knew immediately he was
sounds
lying.
like Abel's just laying on the ground,
Just lying
head
on the
bleeding
ground.
out, and he's like, I don't know what happened.
See, maybe. Well, he does say, thou cursed, and now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath happened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. So I guess because Abel spilt his blood into the ground, now the ground's going to suck, and it's not going to be fertile, and it's going to be really hard to grow his crops. It's like God's standard
You
punishment.
know, maybe it's God's fault if he
Thorns
made
and
the weather
thistles all
bad.
over
Why
again.
why the vegetables?
But it's like this is like getting right into like every other mythological story where, the blood tainted the ground. The ground is cursed. We can't grow any crops here. We have to move.
Sure. It's not God's fault that
Ye-
the Dust Bowl came. It's our fault
Because we're sinners. We're bad boys
Sinners.
and girls. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So, and Cain said back to the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me.
What?
Everybody that finds Cain's going to murder Cain, he says.
Right.
I mean, or probably means like wants to murder him. Like he's like an outcast. No one's going to love him.
Bad reputation.
Everybody who sees him's going to hate him. Which, like, so far there's only 2 people. Like, who's gonna hate him? Like Adam and Eve?
I mean, they're probably going to be mad.
Well, they might be a little bit mad. Where's Abel? Am I my brother's keeper? Well, yeah, we kind of told you to watch him while you're out there like picking pumpkins or whatever the fuck.
You're supposed to watch your little brother.
My bad. All right, so everybody's going to be mad at him. Poor Cain. And the Lord said unto him, Therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. Ooh, mark of Cain. I've heard that.
I have not heard that.
Thank you, Kat. So, yeah, so he's cursed. There's a mark put on Cain. Whoever kills Cain now will be cursed sevenfold. So obviously,
Wait. Whoever kills Cain now is going to be cursed?
yeah, sevenfold. So also,
So people can't get revenge,
no,
even though there's only 2 people.
unless God will revenge you. He will avenge you sevenfold.
Ah.
Huh?
Isn't that a band?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay.
where it's from.
Avenge.
That's where they got this.
Okay.
A cool name.
Yeah, that's a cool name.
I mean, that's a cool reference. Avenge sevenfold. That's where it's from. Neat. All right. So, I mean, you can't murder somebody 7 times. So how is he going to be avenged sevenfold?
I mean, I guess you could have like 7 punishments.
Yeah,
know.
but I mean, come on.
Torture.
Yeah, I guess that's worse. But obviously, I mean, more evidence that what we said last time was right. Like, Adam and Eve weren't for the first people.
Absolutely not.
Like, there's lots of people.
Yeah.
Like, it's referenced over and over again that
Mhm.
these are just God's people, I guess.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, yeah.
So he's worried everybody's going to hate him, blah, blah, blah. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east
I've heard
of
that.
Eden. Yeah, east of Eden.
Not east
The
of
land
Eden.
of
Okay,
Nod.
so they went east of Eden.
Which,
Okay.
but I thought the flaming sword was at the east of Eden, like keeping people out, spinning this way and that. That's what it said.
Well, yeah, it's probably like, like Eden's here.
Okay, she's motioning
Flame-
with her hands, flaming
Flaming
sword
Sword's
spinning
here on
around.
the east,
Uh-huh.
and they had to go that way.
Yeah, further
Yeah.
east.
Yeah, further east.
Okay.
And so they're on the east side, Garden Eden, so they can't get back in.
Can't get back to the tree of everlasting life.
Yeah.
I got to go to Nod. Which is a cool name. I
Land
like the
of
land of
Nod.
Nod. That's cool. I mean,
I've heard that before.
it sounds like something from like
Different
I don't
song
know.
references.
What is that little? There's some comic book about a little sleepy boy
Mhm.
from the land of Nod. Like that's what I think
Yeah.
of. Captain Nemo? Captain
I don't know. I just know like some song references.
it's gonna kill me. Oh,
So
Little
that's where they're-
Nemo?
That's where they're sent to live. The land of Nod.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. I always thought
Well, that's
the
where
land.
Cain went.
I always thought when people said the land of Nod, it was like sleepy time,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
dreamland,
I guess
like
not.
nodding off to sleep. I guess. Wow. Okay, I gotta
I guess
go.
the land of Nod is where you go whenever you've been like booted.
I gotta go re-listen to some songs.
Oh. You got lots of Nod songs.
Just one.
There are lots of songs about this story.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, so, and Cain knew his wife. So who's his wife? It's obviously people.
What?
Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch.
Okay. Is it a sister?
It can't be.
No, she's some lady
Like
who's
it
living
never
in
said
Nod.
anything about any other children yet. It
Ne-
just said
there
Cain and
are
Abel.
Other people.
Yeah.
God didn't create all the people.
No.
No, he just created 2. I've created 2.
Oh. So, you've heard of the ancient aliens theory, right?
I mean, yeah, I've heard of ancient aliens.
So it's like aliens came down and they gave primitive man the technology and knowledge they needed to start civilization. So is God an ancient alien? Did he come down and like take Adam and be like, "Hey Adam, here's a little apple. Don't eat it." And then Adam ate it and got real smart. Taught him how to cook his food so he can get lots of calories to his brain. And
But God didn't want him to eat the apple.
yeah, I know that's where it kind of gets hinky, but
Or there were the ancient aliens and they were battling with God, and God was like, "No, we can't have knowledge." And the aliens were like, "Yeah, we need knowledge. Knowledge is great." And he's like, "But you're not going to have knowledge. I'm going to have a little group of people who don't have knowledge." And they're like, "Okay, well, we're going to live in the real world and we're going to have knowledge." And yeah, and now they're colliding.
Who's
Just
the
like
snake?
the snake's an ancient alien.
They're all ancient aliens. All right, so buckle up because here we go. We're about to get going in who begat whom.
Okay.
All right, so Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch, and he builded a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son, Enoch.
What?
I guess he named his son after himself and his city after his son. Oh, I guess Cain built the city and named the city Enoch after his son Enoch.
Okay.
I thought Enoch was building the city. Oh, okay. And unto Enoch was born Irad, and Irad began Mehujael, and Mehujael begat Methusael, and Methusael begat Lamech. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives.
Ooh.
The name of the one was Ada, and the name of the other Zillah. So, first polygamist
Yeah.
enters the chat. Old Lamech. And Ada bore Jabal, and he was, hey, Jabals. Made me think of Jack Black, Jabals. And he was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle.
What?
So I guess Jabal was the father of the people that began to dwell in tents
Boring.
and have cattle. And his brother's name was Jubal. Jabal and Jubal. And he was the father of all such as handle the harp and organ. So this is just
Okay.
like straight up like,
The musician and the doctor? Is that what they're saying there?
well, one is a musician and one lives
Oh,
in tents
organ,
and
like
has
music
cattle.
Organ.
One like,
It's like an organ's like your.
no.
Harp.
No, he plays music. He's got a harp and an organ, and the other dude like is out farming with cattle and living in tents. I guess the musicians are just like still sleeping in the grass.
Okay.
And Zillah, she also bore Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every. I don't know about. I'm doing my best with the names. I don't know how to pronounce them. Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives, Ada and Zillah, Hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech. For I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. Yeah, so Lamech had some sons. His sons all had different jobs. They were all pretty cool. And then he went out and killed a bunch of people.
Wait,
For I have slain a man to my wounding.
my wounding.
I've slain a man to my wounding. So he wounded somebody and killed him. And a young man to my hurt.
They threw in the
Slain a
sevenfold
man and a
thing
young
again.
man. Whatever. He said, and if Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, if somebody kills me, then they will be avenged 70 and sevenfold. So he thinks he's
better than Cain.
I guess so.
What is this, like his great-grandchild by now? Somewhere along there?
There was a lot of people in there. Okay, Cain had Enoch. Enoch had Irad. Irad had Mehujael. And Mehujael begat Methuselah. And Methuselah begat Lamech. So that's 5.
Oh, wow.
That's 5 generations since Adam.
Great-great-great-great-grandfather.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Adam knew his wife again. And she bare a son and named him Seth. I guess nobody dies.
Old.
Yeah, they're still there. They're still banging. Good on you.
Wow.
So they finally had a third son, named him Seth.
That's a big age gap.
Big age gap. For God, said she, hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. So Eve's like, all right, here's a replacement. Abel's gone, but let's pop another one out, like 70, well, more than 5 generations later.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're probably not like waiting till they're in their 20s and 30s having babies. They're probably like early, like mid-teens having babies.
You're still not going to be a great-great-great-great-great-grandfather.
60. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you can.
No, yeah, you'd probably be. I feel like they'd definitely be past 100 by now.
Yeah, well. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. And that's the end of that chapter. That's the whole Cain and Abel story. Done.
That's it.
Yeah.
I feel like John Steinbeck probably did it better.
Oh my God, so better. It's so good.
I mean, like those two sentences sets up such a good plot. You know? And like,
well, I mean, it's
sure. But then it's so boring.
Yeah. I mean, there's some cool mythology in there. I like the whole, like, you are marked. He has the mark of Cain.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It makes me think of Danzig. Little twist of Cain from a God below, yeah.
Mm.
That's a cool song, Twist of Cain. There's also Blame It on Cain, Elvis Costello.
Yeah.
Love that song.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I don't remember that.
What else? Any other Cain and Abel stories out there? I know. So have you ever read Sandman?
I have not.
Sandman by Neil Gaiman. He wrote, so in like the House of Mystery lives Cain and Abel, and Cain is just constantly murdering Abel. Abel's like this sniveling like idiot, and like Cain is like constantly berating him and picking on him, and ends up losing his temper and killing him over and over again. And they're like the little storytellers, like the little like the crypt keepers, like from Tales from the Crypt, where they introduce the new stories. They're pretty. It's pretty awesome. And that's pretty much all the references I can think of. Like, I'm sure there's tons, but
I'm sure there's tons. I can't think of any off like the top of my head from books I've read.
yeah. We'll do East of Eden after we finish Lord of the Rings.
After we read Moby Dick,
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, we got to keep track of this. So Bible, Moby Dick, Lord of the Rings, now East of Eden, which I think I listened to the audiobook, and it was fantastic. That was a good one. All right, do you want to move on to chapter 4? I mean 5. We got to keep up with these chapters.
Sure.
All right, let's see. Chapter 5. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. And blessed them, and called their name Adam, in the day when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years. There you go. 130.
Okay.
Enough to be a great, 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 great dad.
Yeah.
Granddad.
I guess that answers our question.
Yeah. And he begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth. Yeah, we got that. And the days of Adam, after he had begotten Seth, were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died.
Wait, what? Who lived 930 years?
Adam.
I thought he lived 130 years.
Yeah, I guess he was 130 years whenever he had Seth.
Seth. Seth is such a weird name for like Adam's son. I don't know why. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's because
I
they're
never
still
realized that
used.
was a biblical name.
Yeah. Kind of impressive that it's lasted that long. But now Adam's dead. After 930 years.
Okay.
It's a pretty old dude.
Mhm.
And Seth lived 105 years.
What happened?
I don't know. Diminishing returns here. I don't know. And he begat Enos. And Seth lived after he begat Enos. Oh, here we go again. They keep tricking us.
Oh my gosh.
So he just lived 105 years, and then he had Enos. And then Seth lived after he begat Enos 807 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. So there's just some basic arithmetic happening. So this many.
Why are they telling us? Why do we need to know this? What?
Oh, it's important.
There's so much plot. There's so much plot that you could hit. So, like, you could tell us how Cain killed
what's
Abel.
going up with the dudes
But you're
in the
going to tell us
tents?
he lived for 105 years and then he had a baby and then he lived another blah blah. We don't care.
What's
We
going
don't
on with
care.
the guys with the harps and organs? Can they go in the tents yet? Or are they still in
yeah.
the grass?
Wow. Okay. All right.
Well, we got a lot to go here.
This
And
is
Enos
painful.
lived 90 years, and he begat Cainan.
Jesus.
And Enos lived after he begat Cainan 815 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died.
Do we not care how long the women live?
No, we don't care.
Okay. Just checking.
They're out,
Just,
picking
just
apples
asking.
they're not supposed to pick.
Dumb bitch.
And Cainan lived 70 years and begat Mahalaleel. That's good. That's a good name.
Yeah, that's a cool name.
Mahalaleel. And
That's
Cainan.
a good cat name.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or a sword name.
Oh, yeah. Good sword name. And cat name. Yeah. Very good. And Cainan lived after he begat Mahalaleel 840 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Cainan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalaleel lived 65 years, and begat Jared.
Jared.
Yeah.
Jared.
And Mahalaleel lived after he begat Jared 830 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalaleel were 890.
Lifespan's getting shorter. I think I'm picking that up, right?
Yeah, little by little. Now
Mhm.
he's 895, and then he died. They're not telling us how these people died. I guess they're just dying of old age.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. And
Let's
Jared.
not give any plot points here. Let's just, this is brutal.
Yeah. And Jared, this is why this part's famous, because it's just like name after name after name for no reason. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begat Enoch. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years.
Oh,
and
is that our first female? Oh, no, that's a
No.
boy.
No, Enoch's still a boy. But he begat Methuselah. You heard that name?
Yes.
Yeah, Methuselah. What do you know about Methuselah?
Where have I heard that name before?
It's usually used in sarcasm to refer to a certain type of person.
Mm.
Do you any idea?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll read the next part and see if you can figure it out. And Enoch walked with God after he begat Methuselah 300 years and begat sons and daughters, and all the days of Enoch were 365 years. So that was way shorter.
We're not.
Like we went from 900s down to he's just 365
Maybe we're getting to the end soon.
years. And Enoch walked with God, and he was
Wait,
not.
what happened to Methuselah?
We're getting back to Methuselah.
Okay.
And he was not, for God took him.
God's like. God didn't like him.
He just
I was like, you suck.
ended him. What
What did he end up at?
But
What
everybody
years?
else, he said that's true.
Everybody
He
else
only-
died, and he's like, end.
Yeah. Delete.
God was like, cut that.
Yeah, Enoch sucks. Fuck Enoch. Yeah, he lived 300 years.
Oh, wow. Well, he must have sucked
360. Everybody else
bad.
was in the 900s.
He must have been lame.
Yeah, Enoch sucked.
Yeah.
It says, and he was not. He didn't die. He just was not. Just deleted. Unlived. And Methuselah lived 187 years and begat Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begat Lamech 782 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died.
So he passed all
Yeah,
his...
back to the normal
Yeah.
900 range.
Mhm. What happened? Who's Methuselah?
I mean, that's
I've
the
heard
end.
the name.
Methuselah just means the old dude.
Oh.
Like usually if like someone's like, hobbling along, super old, oh, there goes Methuselah.
Oh,
Yeah, it just
Oh,
means
okay.
an old person.
I didn't know that. Huh.
But,
I always thought it was like,
I mean, he didn't live that much longer than anybody else.
interesting.
Everybody else was in the 900s.
I don't know, it was getting down to like 800, 700, wasn't it?
I don't know, Enoch only got 300.
Well, he sucks.
And Lamech lived 182
Lamech.
years, and he begat a son, and he named his son Noah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
saying, "This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord hath cursed." I did not understand a word of that. And he called his name Noah, saying, "This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord hath cursed." I guess he's saying Noah's going to be great. He's going to comfort us in our toils somehow.
Because of the ground, what?
Because of the ground which the Lord hath cursed.
Okay, so somehow he's going to like remedy the curse.
I guess so.
Yep.
And Lamech lived after he begat Noah 595 years. And he begat sons and daughters, and all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died.
Like
And
my eyes
Noah-
twitching.
I think we're done. I think that we're done. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begat Shem, Ham, and
Ham.
yeah, just Ham, Shem, Ham, and
What
Japh
a name.
and Japheth. They're like the Three Stooges: Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh,
And
wow.
that is the end of chapter
Thank God.
5. So that part is, famous for being long and boring.
Okay. Well, yeah.
But this,
I feel like we've gotten all the big stories out of the way except for Noah's story.
Noah's next. I can't believe he's already here.
Okay, this goes to nobody's reading this. People are getting 6 chapters in, and they're like, "Oh, I can't do this anymore."
We're on page 4. I mean, these are big pages, and they're 2 columns a page,
my
but
God.
still, page 4.
Page 4.
But this part's really important.
Okay.
Like really important to like modern current affairs.
Oh, yeah.
This is why, like, this is how creationists, people who think that this is like the literal word of God that we're reading, this is why they think the earth is only 6,000 years old rather than 4.5 billion years old.
Adding up all
They
those
just added up
900
these
Okay. Oh, wow,
these
okay.
numbers and they're like,
That's
okay,
how they
well.
got that.
So still having like real world consequences.
And we're just ignoring all the females.
Yeah, they don't get even a mention.
Okay,
Yeah.
where are they even coming from? Where are they getting all the females?
I mean, apparently, like the whole world is fully populated already anyway. They just don't have tents or harps. I mean, it's kind of cool that like the specialization. It's almost like Game of Thrones, where like, oh, we're the harp clan, and we're the
yeah.
the ox clan, and we do that. Like our tribe specializes in ironworks, and our tribe specializes in music.
It's just so boring.
Yeah, pretty boring chapters, but you know, the Bible gonna have a few duds, but you know, I think that's probably enough for one. I think we need probably a little break.
Sounds good. I definitely need a break.
Yeah. Well, I think that was good. Let's just wait.
That's good. It's good.
So until next time, this is Bible Dumb. I'm Davey Hell,
I'm Jesse Hill.
and we'll see you later. Bye.
Thanks for getting done with us.
No, that's not good. Let's not use that. Bye.